Round 4 of the 2013 World Cup Triathlon. There is Kyle Jones, the man who won on this course last year, won his first ever World Cup and his first ever national title. It is a very fast race, just one lap around the Harlech Park. In the water here, it is about 20+ degrees Celsius. The next time the men are in here, well, they will be fighting it out for the World Championship and Grand Final in 2014. Andrew McCartney, look at how this guy can fly. He has already got about 10 or 15 meters on the rest of the field. An absolutely phenomenal swimmer. We saw him come out of the water in Yokohama, Japan, ahead of the likes of the Brownlees. And here he comes. There you can see the trail athletes here back at least 10 to 15 seconds. That is a brilliant swim by McCartney, but it's not going to be that much of a benefit because he's not going to ride solo. He will certainly have a much easier time in the transition zone. The first lap on the bike, 10 kilometers, and then 2 smaller 5K loops. There is Kyle Jones into the right position. He'll be out onto that lead pack. Helmet on. There's Andrew Yorke getting ready to head out onto the course as well. Peter Kerr is into that group as he heads out onto the start of this very hilly bike course. We are going to have about 25 or 30 men into this very large initial pack. And there you can see them heading onto the course. McCartney looking over his shoulder, number 8 on the arm, and he'll start to see the main competition coming here very shortly. Hilly on this course, they have made it very difficult, thinking that in 2014, the Brownlees and Gomez, and there we've got a crash that is hinted down as well. I think Andrew Yorke is down onto the ground as well, a group of about 5 or 6 men. So unfortunate. They're going to be one of the Russian athletes down there as well. Yorke just holding himself on the ground, hinting up. That is so unfortunate as we're now into the middle stages. And those guys are lucky that a few more didn't go down with them. They were on the downhill section, 70+ kilometers an hour, and now out onto the late stages of this bike course. The big names still in there, Kyle Jones, Gregory Rouault as well. Greg Billington, the American who won in Dallas just a few weeks ago, he's a guy to look out for. Peter Kerr, the man who started 2013 off on fire, but then had that appendix operation in April. We'll see whether or not he's back to the top form. But Billington certainly an outstanding runner. He was one of those under 23 superstars for a couple years. The United States certainly looking to Greg Billington to be one of the guys for the Rio Olympic Games. And there you can see they're coming back across the river underneath the bridge trestle. And they will come on to the Harlech Park where they have to do 2 laps, 5 kilometers total on the run course. And you've got to believe now that this is going to turn into an incredibly fast run. Who's going to have the legs? Can Kyle Jones repeat for the 2013 World Cup? And again, this is also the Canadian National Championship. There's McCartney coming in. Whether or not they're going to have the run legs, it's a very tough bike course. And now out onto the run. Jones dropping the helmet. He's going to have to make up a bit of time because Gregoire is right up the road already. A couple very strong Mexican athletes into this group. Well, Jones has got himself into a solid position. Gregoire coming in here. It is up and down on this run course, and you can see a group of about 12 or 13 men into this bunch. Peter Kerr starting to fall off there. Kyle Jones looking outstanding. He's had a bit of disappointment in 2013 with a couple of crashes and setbacks, but he's looking outstanding today. Ivan Ivanov from the Ukraine right now in the top 4 and moving very well through this field. But Gregory Rouault really looks like he is just positioning himself for the late stages of this run up the hill. And now is a 2-man battle for the gold. Who will take the World Cup? Jones, I think, for sure will be the 2013 Canadian National Champion. The first Canadian to cross the line will do so. Gregory Rouault trying to get himself a start in the WTS series. He understands that he has to have a victory. And there you can see Jones starting to fall off, but Ivan Ivanov really coming through the field, the man from the Ukraine. He's part of the ITU development team, and now they are rocking towards the late stages of this 5-kilometer run. Gregory Rouault, who was 3rd in Cancun, he was 3rd in Geelong, starting to pour on the medal. He's going to be under 15 minutes for sure. Look at the young athlete from the Ukraine just tearing through right now. He looks over his shoulder, but he has no need to. He's going to secure 3rd, and an ecstatic Gregory Rouault will claim his first ever World Cup win, and he's done it here in Canada. The first time that he has run and raced in this country. What a brilliant performance. 14:40 and change for the 5-kilometer run. He will claim victory. Kyle Jones, last year's overall champion, will be second across the line. He will be the 2013 national champion. Here comes Ivan Ivanov. He will be third across the line. What a brilliant day for the young man from the Ukraine. We understand that Taylor Reid will be the second Canadian across for the silver medal. Jones for the national championship, but the big man on the day, Gregory Rouault, will claim victory and his first ever World Cup win.
Well, it's the first time, so it's awesome. I just, I've got tears coming out of my eyes. It's just emotional, so it's good.